KwaZulu-Natal COGTA MEC Thulasizwe Buthelezi is visiting Jozini to assess the damage caused by recent severe weather. This, as a preliminary report by the local municipality reveals that 158 houses have been affected, with 72 of them completely destroyed. Newzroom Africa's Phila Mthembu is in Jozini and joins us now. Phila, I believe the MEC has now arrived to assess that damage.
Indeed, Katleho, and in just a bit we're going to bring in the MEC into the conversation to give us a sense of, the extent of the damage. How much have they been able to quantify? We are just coming to you live from one of the homes here that have been incredibly damaged, and this is where some relief efforts are going to be provided as well. Before we stopped by here, there was a damaged bridge that we had also been to. Quite horrific scenes when you actually take a look at that particular bridge, Katleho. But let us not waste any more time and bring in the MEC into the conversation. MEC, thank you so much for your time. Let us first start with the amounts of the damage. What is it that you have been able to quantify so far, and how bad is the situation?
Well, we are here in Jozini today to assess the damage caused by the recent floods. As you can see, we are accompanied by the district mayor, Councillor Mdaga, and the local mayor, Councillor Mieni. And where we are is the Tlengetwa home, where on Friday the floods totally damaged the home. The kids had to be put somewhere else for their safekeeping. And if you go inside, it's been totally destroyed. But not only that, all the children in this village can no longer access the local school, Netazega, because as you have seen yourself, cars cannot come through, the public transport cannot come through due to the damaged roads. Therefore, the extent of the damage here in Umkhanyakude, in Umhlabiyalingana, in Jozini, is still being assessed. But the cost we can see for ourselves right now that the community has been totally cut off. Earlier, where we started, where the road was damaged, it connects Jozini to Umhlabiyalingana, to Makhathini Flats, which is the agricultural hub. And the crops have been totally destroyed, the maize, the cabbages, livestock has been totally destroyed, and the livelihood of our people. But with the social partners who are here, the provincial government is then leading efforts to coordinate support, to coordinate relief, so that our people of Umkhanyakude can go back to their normal way of life.
And MEC, when you speak of the coordination of the support, I mean, there's quite a lot of houses that have been damaged, not much that can be salvaged at this point. When you speak of those coordinations, are we looking at perhaps temporary accommodation for those whose homes were destroyed completely? What is it that we're looking at?
Well, the report delivered by the Jozini mayor this morning has showed us that more than 158 homes have been destroyed in Jozini. Therefore, neighbors have been able to take in those families that are destitute. In areas like Umhlabiyalingana, the local halls are being used to house the people. But what is important here, in many areas, what is required now is the temporary residential units, where we will be requesting the Department of Human Settlements, as from tomorrow, to come on board to register the beneficiaries, and the Department of Transport to see what we can do to salvage the situation.
And when you look at the infrastructural damage, would you say your department is in a proper financial standing to be addressing those issues?
Well, just last year we were dealing with floods on a major scale throughout the province, from eThekwini to Umgungundlovu district. In December, we were dealing with floods and inclement weather in Amajuba, in Emadlangeni, where the storms completely destroyed the homes. And now we're in January, and we're here at Umkhanyakude. Therefore, you can see for yourself that there are not enough resources for us to mitigate these circumstances. And therefore, that is why we are so grateful for the assistance of Red Cross, which has been here providing meals on a daily basis to our people. But we make a call even to the private sector to come on board to help us to rebuild these communities. Because you can see that climate change now is a permanent feature of the province of KwaZulu-Natal, just as we send our condolences to our brothers in Limpopo province and Mpumalanga, where also there was devastation because of the floods.
All right, MEC, thank you so much for your time. That was KZN COGTA MEC Thulasizwe Buthelezi, really giving us a sense of how bad the situation is and also the kind of interventions that they are going to be bringing forward as the department, acknowledging there that, you know, when you look at even the history of the severe weather and the impact that it has caused over the years, there have also been some backlog in terms of addressing some of those issues. And right now they are in desperate need to get any form of assistance from external parties that will be able to lend a helping hand in order to ensure that these affected families return to having a normal life and that, you know, they are able to deal with the current situation that they are facing at the moment.
And I think with further weather warnings being put out on some of those regions, it's very important to be preemptive, especially for those relief efforts that might be needed after the fact. That's Phila Mthembu joining us there from Jozini, giving us an update.